Things are messed up. What's messed up? There's black and brown males that are getting incarcerated every day. And why is it happening? There's things that are in place and there's a lot of broken systems and no one's looking at what the root problem is. Well, you can throw it at a nonprofit, you could throw it at government. Does that help? No. We end up learning that philanthropy is about people just jumping in.
Why are you recording yourself right now talking about this?
Because I was recording you.
Mayor Baraka said it best, that we are very resource rich, but coordination poor. And there are individuals out here that are doing some of the good work out here. There are organizations that are grassrooted, and they look for opportunities and funding. We need action to ensure that A, change the policies that are in place, or B, be that agent of change that will push forward the agenda to help those individuals that can't help themselves.
Well, the police, fascist police, are suppressing, repressing the white revolutionaries as well as the blacks who.
Huey P. Newton talked about revolutionary suicide.
Liberation. So I am not standing for violence.
Revolutionary suicide was a concept he brought up where an individual sees that the conditions that they're currently living around is so dire that it's not that they want to die, but they can't live in the conditions they're currently at. So they got to sacrifice something either spiritually, physically, emotionally to make sure that they can be something better.
Having organizations from Newark do the work in Newark is key. A lot of times when outside community nonprofits come into Newark, they don't really know the culture or the history of the city. Conversations can take place, strategic planning can be done. Drug addiction, generational trauma, these are all intergenerational issues, intercommunal issues.
We're gonna more than likely get something on film, exactly what we wanna say about your organization.
Yeah, and there's different videos out there of us as well. Like when we won the Raspberry Award.
Quadir Porter of Newark created Brothers Building a Better Nation to support young men of color who were incarcerated or have a criminal history as they begin to create a better future for themselves and their families.
There's a good amount of stuff out there published about us and that we can share.
Okay, that'll be helpful too. That'll be very, very helpful. We wanted to take this time to make sure that we were all on the same page. Again, you do the work that I'm doing as well.
When you make the difference you are making with Brothers Building a Better Nation, what impact do you believe it's having on some of the young men that you're working with in terms of their desire, willingness, and ability to make a difference for others?
Newark has been through a lot ever since the riots in the 1960s. You've seen mass incarceration, drugs inside of the community. Now you're seeing the reinvestment back into it, but that's causing its own share of problems as well. I moved over here to Cutler Street in Newark, New Jersey. I saw that there was a lot of things happening in the community. Young men that didn't really have much to do. Shootouts on our street, gangs and drugs. I met young men who never seen a black male homeowner. So they began to ask me a lot of questions.
We gotta catch up too. Definitely.
A lot of people have never seen what it means to have an organization directly for them and advocate for them as well.
Look around, stupid motherfucker had his driver's side window rolled down.
So the engagement level in the community is low, partially out of fear. Some of these young men have substance abuse issues, mental health. This is generations of trauma you have to peel back, deal with, and understand. I embrace them instead of trying to push them away. Each young man that we have is very unique in their needs and also their trauma. They need somebody that can bring them in and mentor them, guide them, give them some kind of roadmap. So building that trust is important. Young men cleaning up the block, young men looking to do positive things. I was seeing firsthand the dysfunction that was going on. You have individuals who, first of all, don't look like them, talking down to them. Well, why didn't you finish school? Why didn't you do this? Some of their mothers was on heroin and they had to take care of their little brothers and they had to drop out of school. Some of them were living in abandoned buildings because they was kicked out. We still have issues with the young men gravitating towards the streets.
I might get $45 a year and still be poor.
$45 a year and still be poor. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on. But we gotta stand on what's for us, you know? We gotta stand what's good. Well, you good, you gotta be good.
Recidivating back into old behaviors and, brothers self-medicating.
Get your body, get your mug together.
Juveniles are victimizing other juveniles. Many of our non-fatal shooting suspects and victims are under the age of 18.
This is the community's nonprofit. Literally them being large stakeholders in the organization where they have the power to say, like, let's write a grant to beautify our community. Social capital is built with those little deposits that you don't even know you're making inside the people that's watching you do the work. You pour so much into it, writing grants, doing research, making a website, configuring it, emailing people, following up. 3 nights I didn't sleep. Our constant and consistent engagement is what helps them get over that hill. You don't cure everything the first year or sometimes the first few years when you have a passion or a dream, when you want to start an organization to help others. You do it because you see that you can't live in this world the way that it is, so you have to try to make some kind of change. It's constant engagement and pouring of your own personal vision and hope into this void. That's the part about living with a purpose that's greater than yourself.